Blood, sweat, and tears, suffered many years, fucking do it for the culture. Now that we aware of revolutionary wisdom, use it when you're older. Metamorph a mind, do it all the time, standing on divine shoulders. Living for the non-motion, positive energy waves. Spirituality here for humanity, fuck what the enemy say. Motivated in heavenly ways. You know Babylon petty these days. As a messenger, gotta be brave. For the record, we heavily played. Using the power to empower people should just be a regular day. White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome all that. Yeah, that, all that. White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome all that. That.
Give me love in the place I sit. I'm a king in the ring I get. More from the hieroglyphs. Uncle my I'm fit. Never dealing with the villain nonsense. Living it, I'm never giving in. When I'm dealing with the wickedness of men, gotta move like I'm smooth with the wind. Many times we lose, we win. Got no time for the losing sin. We pack the house, we great. In the name of Ra, we pray. Give me love in a room that's dark. Give me love on the roof that's hard. Uncle my eye, we fit. Never dealing with the villain nonsense.
White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome all that. Yeah, that, all that. White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome all that. That.
Nappy head, dirty t-shirt. Wore sneakers till my feet hurt. Down bottom, yeah, I'm from the dirt. Trapped in how society work. Known criminals since the day of birth. How they label me, it never fazed me. Brush it off, keep it pushing up. For the people who I do it for. Out the trenches, we'll be pushing for. So the time now when we on go. Black matter, so I start glow. Hair wool with a penny tone. God-like with the melon flow. Mind right, never steer me wrong. God-like with the melon flow. Mind right, never steer me wrong.
White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome all that. Yeah, that, all that. White supremacy, oppression, find and overcome all that. Ghetto poverty, depression, find and overcome all that. Any negative reflection, find and overcome.
Hey, how are y'all doing this evening? This is AMPspirationTTV, and I am your host, the Plump Queen. Well, it is Monday, Moon Day, the first day of the week, and of course, I appreciate you guys giving me your time and your energy. Make sure you guys share, because you know we have to make Ampspiration go viral, and Facebook has absolutely, positively have been just giving me some issues. They just will not allow me to share my videos. So this is what I need you guys for. I need y'all to hit that share button. Every time you see us go live, hit that share button, because there's plenty of people out in this world who need some of this Ampspiration. All right, well, let's get right on to it. I was watching last night one of my favorite trilogies, Lord of the Rings, and I've watched it several times. It's one of those movies that when I used to get my hair braided, I used to have to either take them out myself, and those movies are 3 hours long, so it definitely gave me all the time I needed to occupy my time to get that work done. But now that I am on a more elevated, mental, I was watching it last night, and I got a lot more out of it than I normally did. I'll say more out of it than entertainment. Like I always say, I don't give people, as far as when it comes down to movies and things of that nature, not to say that people aren't creative, but I personally feel that everybody creates movies and things of that nature off of an experience, off something real. I feel like all fiction comes from something real. That's my perspective. So 3 movies, they're all 3 hours long, so there's plenty to talk about. But this particular show is going to be about the villain of the movie, which is Gollum, or at least one of the villains. So Gollum, if you watch the movies, he is this creature who is bound to this ring. He killed somebody for this ring. That's how powerful the ring was. If you watch the 3rd movie, they give you the background story of how he became who he was. He used to be something like a hobbit, just like Frodo and them, but him and his homie were fishing. The homie found the ring, and they got to fighting over it. So when you watch the movie, you know, it definitely seems like, oh, this dude just came through, you know, and murdered his homeboy, you know, for this ring. But in fact, they were both, you know, taken by that power, and they were both trying to kill one another to lay claim to this ring. So Smeagal won, choked the dude out, but it changed him. It completely changed him into another creature. Now, I know, again, this is fiction, but how many things have you wanted in your life? Goals, or, you know what I'm saying, or a lifestyle that you wanted, that you were willing to change who you are just to get it. You were willing to change your morals. You were willing to, you know what I'm saying, everything that you've been taught, everything that you stand for, you gave that up simply to have something. That's how I relate this to real life. How many of y'all have done that? Right? So, when Smeagal finally gets a hold of Frodo and Sam, and they're all into the same situation, if you notice, Smeagal he's bipolar, or has multiple personalities, is the best way I can describe that. It's almost like he's fighting within himself. If you watch it, when you're watching it, he speaks to himself. You know, he has his good side and his evil side, his higher and his lower self. And throughout the movie, you know what I'm saying, he transpires with himself. So the Gollum in him, which is the, you know what I'm saying, I'll say his lower self. The Gollum in him is the one that is attached to this ring and will do anything and everything to it, you know what I'm saying, to have it. But then Smeagal, who he truly is, you know what I'm saying, is honestly protected by Gollum. See, Gollum is that personality that helps him survive. So again, we're talking about our higher and lower selves. I understand that he's the villain of the movie, but he absolutely has mental issues. He, you know what I'm saying, one part of him is trying to get something, and the other part, you know what I'm saying, is, you know, is his weakness. So when he gets a hold of Frodo and to Sam, you know, Sam sees him as this villain. He treats him very badly, talks about him, you know what I'm saying, always has this negative vibe when it comes down to him. Now, Frodo, on the other hand, he understands that Gollum is a villain. He actually heard about him prior to meeting him. But once he sees him, he overstands him, because he too has this connection, this urge, and, you know what I'm saying, to this ring. So he understands, you know what I'm saying, that this extreme, what's the word I'm looking for? Love and attachment to this ring. So no, Frodo hasn't murdered anybody yet. And he has, you know what I'm saying, he doesn't act the way that Gollum acts, but he understands him. So once Gollum makes this oath to, you know, help them get to Mordor and all of that, as Frodo is being nice to him and giving him some positive energy, it almost motivates Gollum to want to become Smeagal. See, Gollum has been in this world by himself as a scavenger, just, you know, surviving and whatnot. He finally came across somebody who overstood him and wasn't mean to him and didn't just treat him like like a creature that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that has no life, that has no more, that has no, you know what I'm saying, no rights to be here. Because even when Frodo was having a conversation with Gandalf, he was like, I pity him, or I wish he would die. And he was like, pity? Like, you don't know this individual. You don't know what he went through. So how could you possibly pity him? So how many times in your life have you been in that situation? When you've known somebody who's had issues, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, you call yourself not wanting to be around them or wanting to associate yourself with them, but you really don't know why they act or do the things that they do. And this is something that I talk about all the time. We need to start trying to figure out people's behavior, their whys. Everybody does things for a reason. Good or bad. There's a reason behind it. So I feel like as melanated people, we need to start trying to understand one another. We're all walking around here with PTSD. We all, you know what I'm saying, have these traumas. As you right, sister, Tashani just said. We're all walking around with traumas. And then we meet people and you just go based off of, and understand first impressions, they definitely mean something. But again, to unite as a people, we have to start to try to understand each other. Why do you feel this way about this? Why does this trigger you? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have an attitude? You know what I'm saying? Why? There's reasons for this. Instead of just, being Sam in this light, where he did not give Gollum a chance at all. Not at all. Even when, because Gollum had one of those moments where he was fighting between himself, his lower and his higher self. The Gollum in him was telling him, like, listen, we need to murk these two. We need to get our precious. They took it from us. We need, they need to get got. But the Smeagal in him was like, well, no, Master's my friend. He takes care of me now. We're good. So I don't need you anymore. So he had this fight with himself where he is screaming at Gollum saying, leave and never come back. He kept repeating that over and over again. And guess what? Gollum disappeared. He fought his lower self and won. So from that point, he was pretty good. Now, him and Sam kept arguing back and forth because, again, Sam would not give him the chance to see that he changed. He would not let up. He would not, he would not give him the opportunity to prove that he had changed. So he continued, being mean to him and saying things about him. Then they got into a situation where they got caught by some humans, and Smeagal bounced and got away from them, but then he came looking for them again because, again, he is betrothed to Frodo and that ring. So Frodo was trying to save him because he was in some forbidden pool. They was about to shoot him or whatever. And they used Frodo to capture him because, of course, they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're going to war, all of that jazz. So Frodo didn't handle that situation correctly. He kept telling Smeagal to trust him, come with Master, it's time to go. So he was following him like a dog, like his loyal puppy. And then the human snatched him up, ransacked him, beat him up, and abused him. And then all of a sudden he starts crying profusely, and then his lower self comes back. That trauma that was just put on him has now brought back his other personality, because now he needs to protect himself because his master is now no longer doing that. He now feels betrayed by Frodo. So now his lower self comes back. Now, I'm not saying that we, have control over other people, their journeys, and their healing. But like my mentor Jamar says, words, are like magic spells. You can speak life or death onto someone. The way you treat people can absolutely, dictate on how, they behave in the future. I'll even throw in something recent to, to add on to that. If you watch Power, if you watch the new episode of Power, if you're into that, I am. If you watch this episode was the perspective of the character Dre. Now, everybody doesn't like Dre or whatever. He's a villain and all that other stuff. But you get to see him and his mother. And as he's speaking to his mother was a very religious person. And since he was a young boy, she had been calling him a demon. She said even as she was having a conversation where she's like, she doesn't know how she offended God to have him as a son. She's pretty much, I think he stole a candy bar as a kid. And from that day, up until he dipped off and started living his life, his mother called him a demon and pretty much told him he was going to hell and he wasn't shit. So guess what Dre turned out to be? A demon. He made, according to their how they believe, for the way he's lived his life, he could be going to hell. Because his mother spoke that into him. I don't know where his daddy was. They didn't bring that into the show. But his mama, his first God, told him that he was a demon all his life. Why wouldn't you not expect him to become that demon? We have to be mindful of how we treat people. Doesn't matter what our status is and how we feel that we are, because we all got issues. Everybody has issues. But the way you treat people can absolutely dictate how they grow up and how they behave. Because again, Smeagal tried really hard to change, to be in his higher self. He found somebody. He had Frodo. He had somebody who understood him. Somebody who understood his pain and his trauma. Someone he could relate to. So now I don't have, to dwell in this darkness. He had somebody. And then that person betrayed him. That somebody betrayed his trust. That was detrimental. And because of that, Smeagal was forever gone and Gollum completely took over. All the way to his death. He allowed that pull of the ring to bring him to his death. But he had a moment. There was a moment where he could have healed. Had Frodo not betrayed him in that light. And if Sam had gave him a chance. If it wasn't him fight that, and another thing, had Sam given him a chance as well, Frodo probably wouldn't have turned on Sam. See, because he was just so negative all the time. Like I always tell y'all, the energy you put out is the energy you give back. You get back. I don't care who you are. Doesn't matter how nice of a person, good of a person, bad of a person. The energy that you put out, all of that, it comes back to you. And I understand it was in a very frustrating situation. But because he spewed out all that negativity at Gollum, that is why whenever Gollum, was able to infiltrate. He was able to go in there because, at some point, he's guiding us. You can say what you want about Gollum, but he is doing everything that he said that he was going to do. So definitely Sam shouldn't have put his guard down by no means. But that energy, you pretty much just spoke Gollum, into being who he is. You pretty much set that scene up. Because that's all you said. What if Sam would have been nice to him and given him a chance? Who's to say, that Smeagal couldn't have redeemed himself? Who's to say? So this is why we have to be mindful of how we treat people. Thank you, Sky. Gotta call you, girl. We got to talk. But, we have to do better. We absolutely have to do better. Everything I talk about has to do with real life things. Like I said, these movies and stuff, they have all these scenarios that come from real life. And a lot of us have them same perspectives and them same thought patterns. So let's try something different. If you ever come across a Smeagal or a Gollum type individual, think hard about that. What if that is you? We don't do that. We always just go by, how we are. Well, I would never do that, so that doesn't make sense. It's common sense not to do that. Well, we all know that common sense ain't common no more. And you can't say what you would do or how you react to certain things if you haven't gone through them. Certain situations. Because I know a lot of people say that to me about having children. To me, that's different. Because I'm around children. I may not have given birth to a baby, but I used to be one. And I know several. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little different. But when you're talking about like having mental issues or going through traumas, if you haven't lived through that, you know what I'm saying, you really can't say how you would react or how you would behave at all. Like, that's why, you know what I'm saying, when a lot of people, when I talk to other people and they tell me how great I am, don't get me wrong, I'm awesome. Awesome with the sauce on it. But that's because of certain, you know what I'm saying, I have to say luxuries that some people didn't. Like, I was born without drugs in my system. My mother, you know what I'm saying, loved me enough to give birth to me, you know what I'm saying, healthy. As healthy as, you know what I'm saying, as her knowledge, you know what I'm saying, had her. I know several people close to me, crack babies. And they're going through stuff right now. So I can't say, now you know what I'm saying, I'm good. I know I have my right mind, even with dealing with this and all that other stuff. But I can't say that I would have taken it that way, or I would think the way that I think, or be the way that I am if I was a crack baby. Like, yeah, me and my mom had issues, you know what I'm saying, but for the most part, my mom took care of me. And she also set a good example in a lot of ways to be the woman that I am today. I know several people who got super duper mommy issues. You know what I'm saying? Their mothers, you know what I'm saying, only had them trying to keep a man. And then once that man didn't get kept, they neglected them. Now, don't get me wrong. I've definitely had issues in that category. But I was always taken care of. I never wanted for anything. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I am who I am because of my environment, because of choices that my mother made. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest. Like, even my mind, even the choices that I've made, they're still based, you know what I'm saying, based off of my foundation. Like, I don't have the overly, not even overly, I don't have the I hate men car, you know what I'm saying? I'm not your cliche, you know what I'm saying, angry black woman who, you know what I'm saying, who hates black men. Simply because my father wasn't in my life, you know what I'm saying, and I wasn't too keen on some of the choices that my mother made. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I actually am grateful that my biological father stayed away because he has mental issues. Yeah, he's a borderline schizophrenic. Don't think that if he'd have raised me that I'd have took this quite well. Can't say how I would have taken that if I had a couple of screws loose. And that's my DNA. That's the other 23 chromosomes that make me. So, you know what I'm saying? Being around him, that could absolutely trigger that. So, I'm kind of glad he was over there. Thanks for the sperm. Thanks for the chinky eyes. Appreciate it. Thanks for the hair. But yeah. I don't know who I would be if my biological father raised me. Can't say. So, we have to be mindful. Oh, absolutely, Diamond. Like, here's the thing, Diamond, what I've also, something that I live by. I will never allow anybody to use my flaws against me. That's another big thing, especially in our community. You know, that's why we don't like to be honest. Because we have this thing where can't nobody see me sweat, and you know what I'm saying? We low-key care about what other people think about us. And I don't. If we're all human, and we all made mistakes, and we are all flawed, and no one is perfect, therefore there's no reason for me to try to act like I am. Why would I put that type of pressure on myself? That's why a lot of people around here, you know what I'm saying, having these, you know what I'm saying, these depressive feelings. I call them depressive feelings because I'm going to try my best to get rid of this depression disease that they have put. Depression is not a disease. It's a feeling that you have because you're not happy. And it's an extreme feeling of unhappiness, I would say reoccurring or corresponding things that happen in your life. But a lot of that comes from us trying to be something that society says that we're supposed to be. I am me. Period. And me changes. But I make those changes. It's one of the reasons why it was easy for me to handle this. Because I'm not worried about what people are, the expectations of others. This is what I had to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do everything slower than all of you, but I can get it done. So I'm not going to trip on myself why, you know what I'm saying, it's taking me an extra hour to do something that I used to do, you know what I'm saying, in 20 minutes. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't give a damn how long it takes me to do it, as long as it gets done. That's my mindset. A lot of times I won't even ask for help when I can. I have people right there with 2 whole hands and 10 whole fingers to help, but because I'm so used to just figuring that out, I just go on about it. I walk around like when I'm putting on my jacket, I gotta find things to stabilize myself so I can do it myself. I don't care how that looks in public. What you see is a G figuring it out. Because I don't want to ask, you know what I'm saying? I have pride too. I don't just want to walk around asking random strangers, hey, you can zip up my jacket, please? Would you mind? You know, my shoes kind of untied. You think you got this for me, sir, that I ain't never met? Yeah, see, no, I'm not like that. I'm friendly and all that, but yeah, no. I'm not about to do that. So I had to figure it out. And you can ask anybody that's been around me. I get barked on for not asking for help. It just is what it is. I don't allow other people's expectations to define my life. I would be miserable and stuck in this house all day if I did that. Because some people feel like because I took this well, that I'm you know what I'm saying, just superwoman. I'm not supposed to feel nothing. I'm not supposed to be sad about nothing. I'm never supposed to be. That's how people think. That ain't true. I get angry just like everybody else. Pissed off like everybody else. I have those emotions. Now I balance them out. I'll say that. I'm not angry forever. I'm not sad forever. You know what I'm saying? But I do have those emotions. And when it's time for me to express them, I do. So we got to do better. By ourselves and by each other. So to wrap this back to the topic with Smeagal and Gollum, we all got a Smeagal and Gollum in us. We all got a higher and lower self. Everyone else has a higher and lower self. Let's try to be a little bit more overstanding. I'm not telling you got to deal with everybody. I'm not saying that you just have to extend yourself to everyone. But if someone is, you know what I'm saying, on your frequency right now, in your space, try to figure out why people act and do the things that they do. You don't know how powerful, you know what I'm saying, or how life-changing, you know what I'm saying, that overstanding can be. You can stop somebody's wrath, you know what I'm saying, by simply trying, you know what I'm saying, simply asking them what's wrong. Instead of just reacting to the way they're acting. Figuring out what the catalyst is. You can help change that. You can't fix it, but you can help. You can, you know what I'm saying, you can sprinkle something on that. You know what I'm saying, to help move that in the right direction. Now, if folks are just overly doing it and being extreme, then you dip off, by all means. I'm not telling you, you ain't supposed to let nobody fuck up your energy. But let's try to be more overstanding. I promise you, that's how I've mended a lot of relationships, and how I've also, you know, actually put in certain people in certain categories in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and my mom, we've had our issues, but I had to start overstanding where she comes from. Like, I'm not I don't say estranged, but you know what I'm saying, I'm not really close to, you know what I'm saying, to my blood relatives. But I understand why. Because I feel, you know what I'm saying, I have looked at my family and where we come from and the traumas that, you know what I'm saying, that have been passed down the generations. So I know why they feel the way they feel about things, or about me, the way that I do things, the way that I live my life. I understand all of that. So that leaves me not to be angry, not to, you know, have unnecessary feelings about them. I love them, they love me. We just love differently. We think differently. We have different paths. So because I understand that, you know what I'm saying, there is no, at least, beef, you know what I'm saying, where I'm concerned. Because I understand. Like, I had an issue with one of my relatives, you know what I'm saying, not too long ago. And it bothered me on one level, but on the other, you know what I'm saying, it's going to honestly be one of my life's works. You know what I'm saying, figuring that out, this individual out. And as upset as I was about some of the things that were said, when I think about it, you know what I'm saying, from, you know what I'm saying, from a balanced perspective, it's sad. There's no reason even for me to be angry. Because of, you know what I'm saying, all the traumatic, you know, variables, you know what I'm saying, that go along with it. So I understand why, you know what I'm saying, these individuals act the way they act, say the things that they say. It has nothing to really do with me. It has everything to do with them and what's inside of them and what they're dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the traumas, you know what I'm saying, and the demons that they have to fight within themselves. See, you know what I'm saying, this individual I'm talking about is having a Gollum Smeagal moment. And unfortunately, this individual got to fix that on their own. There is no Frodo to come through and try. And all I can do is thank the universe, you know what I'm saying, and the Most High, you know what I mean, that I didn't have to deal with that. And I'm not that individual. So I'm always grateful. Always be grateful. Because your situation could be worse. You could be Smeagal. Take all the fluff in 3 hours. Think about that character and the type of lifestyle he lives. It's very sad. Because of the love, you know what I'm saying, and attachment to this ring. Completely ruined and transformed his life. So let's do better. Okay? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Getting here early because I know I'm supposed to go live at 9. But what I'm going to be starting doing, because sometimes I'm growing. AMPspirationTTV is growing. So sometimes I have to take meetings that are late. Sometimes I need to be at certain networking events so I can, you know what I'm saying, get this platform on out there. So I have to seize the moment and take these opportunities when they show themselves. So if I ever come on early, that is the reason why. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate y'all giving me your time and your energy. Of course, make sure you guys join the wave, return to the essentials, shop at Tiffy's Corner. Today and tomorrow, we are having an awesome sale. All of our full bars are only $6 because our CEO and creator, Tiffany Davis, she twins just turned 2. She's an awesome lady. I cannot wait to introduce you guys to her so y'all can see what all this hype is about. But yeah, she just has some twins. They turned 2. So just because her twins turned 2, she wanted to give y'all a discount. Ain't she awesome? So make sure y'all go to tvscorner.square.site. Make sure you put the Plump Queen code in. Get your 10% off on every purchase. And yeah, just make sure, you know, give your skin its best life. You always talk about I'm living my best. Well, give your skin that same opportunity. Okay? I love y'all. Make sure y'all go on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell. This episode will be there. Actually, I'll definitely have that there before 9 o'clock. So if you want to go on there, if you didn't catch the beginning, go on there on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and make sure you watch it. And you're going to always get this inspiration all day, every day there. Okay? Also, I have to add this on there. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to be having merch. We're going to be having merch this year. You're going to be able to walk around and show to everybody how inspired that you are every week. We're going to have t-shirts and some other things. I'm not sure just quite yet. I need to, be strategic about it. But I am so excited that I can now give you guys something to touch, that has been AMP-spired. So please look out for that. I love y'all. I appreciate all of you guys' support, because that is why Inspiration TTV is growing so rapidly. I do not give, this platform enough credit sometimes. We are on our second year in this month coming up. February 4th will be our second year anniversary, and I've already got on some real business bullshit. So I'm excited. I was not expecting this to happen so fast, but it is happening. I keep calling myself the tortoise in this race, because sometimes it feels that way. Because, when you think about what you see on TV and how big brands are, it's just like, oh, I'm really not getting anywhere. But no, we are getting somewhere, and I'm very excited about it. And you guys are, the catalyst of that. So I appreciate you allowing me, inspiring you all, and let's continue on this wave. So I love y'all. I will see you guys. Oh, one more thing. Friday. Make sure you tune in on Friday. We're going to have our Melanated Excellence interview with Diamond D. She is in the feed. She has been commenting. Okay. This is what I call Black excellence. She's going to come through and she's going to teach y'all a whole lot. She's going to teach y'all to get y'all life together, financially and otherwise. Okay. So make sure y'all tune in for Diamond D on Friday. That's going to be at 9 p.m. unless she wants to make it earlier. This is their show when I do my interviews. But make sure that you tune in on Friday to see what my girl has got for you. All right? So I'm going to let y'all go now. I love y'all. Y'all be inspired. Peace.